speakers, no guests, new members. All right. So I want to talk on child abuse. Just a little. Child abuse is so widespread. Most of the time it goes undetected, unreported, not even investigated. There's more than 4 children that die from child abuse on a daily throughout the United States. But because not all child abuse cases, like I said, are investigated. You know, like we all have like a gut instinct. You know, we could kind of feel when something doesn't look right. But for the majority of us, we don't, because we're so busy with our own daily lives, we don't even pay attention. We don't want to get involved. We kind of turn our head while this child abuse is actually going on. And half of the children, most of the time, they're too afraid to tell who's abusing them because it's their parents. They figure, how can I get away from here? A lot of the resources that they have are a little, I'm gonna, for lack of a better word, a little shady. Like a lot of the organizations that we have in place to try to help with child abuse. For instance, there's one agency, it was in LA. It was a story, it was child services. This happened around 2012. It was 4 social workers that ended up being charged themselves with child abuse and falsifying records. The report of this child abuse on this 8-year-old child was coming in so readily, daily, on a daily basis, that it was being reported. The social workers, they falsified the records. They really just kind of, for the extent of his child abuse, they kind of shield that. They falsified, like I said, they falsified the records. So even teachers was calling, saying, hey, this is a child abuse case. It was a parent. The authorities go out and investigate. Child social workers went out and investigate. Nobody did nothing. They let this boy remain in this house. It turned around. The teacher kept complaining because she's seeing this child daily. So the authorities say, okay, well, we're going to go out with Child Protective Services, and we're going to look at this case and really investigate and see what we find. After they went out, shortly after, they closed the case. They went out to view and said everything was fine. They closed that case, and right after, the boy was killed. But nobody did anything until this happened. Everything was being put under the carpet until this happened. They were so negligent, the social workers, doing their jobs until they was warranted to be charged with child abuse themselves and a case of falsifying the records. Now what is that saying? They're supposed to, we entrust them to protect our children against harm. So for us, we need to do a better job just ourselves. And there was another case where, you know, you have, and I'm thinking that these kids came from abusive homes because they were assigned to a boot camp, which is their main focus is to help break down the kids and, you know, help them become great community leaders. The boot camp counselor, he owned the camp. He was abusing the kids. He slapped them, kicked them, stomped them. I mean, this went on for 3 years. These young youth were in his program. For 3 years, they were going to the hospital after leaving his camp, and nobody thought to just, something's wrong. It took that long. And you know what he gets? They got him, they convicted him. He ended up with 60 days in jail, 30 days community service, 4 years felony probation. But he's been doing this to these boys for a long time. He was able to take a plea deal because the sexual abuse and the sexual abuse with restraints, they just kind of tucked that portion under and allowed him to do the sentence that they imposed. So it is my personal opinion that he will do that again because he hasn't been punished. It's gonna occur again. And when it does, it'll be an excuse. Oh, I got swept up under the rug or something like that. So for me, I would like for all of us, if we see it, or just people in general, if you see child, don't ignore it. Because these children are growing up to be adults if they make it. If they're lucky enough to survive, they are adults. And some of them, the mental abuse, it goes undetected for a long time. And these kids, when they grow up to be adults, they have anger issues. They grow up to be abusive themselves. And the cycle just keeps going. And until we address the cycle as a kid, when they're young, it's going to keep on. We all need to take a part. We can volunteer. If you see something, call the hotline. You think you see something, call the hotline. And maybe they will fix it after a while. And by the way, most of the kids that's being abused, they're 3 years old or younger when their abuse starts. So I would like for everybody to become active, take a part, take a role. I know I am.